Good evening, everyone. This is Tyler here, head editor of Wealth and Wisdom on Substack, and we need to talk about NVIDIA. Now, full transparency here, I don't really have any stock in NVIDIA outside of the S&P, and I'm not your financial advisor. This is just my opinion, but I think what happened yesterday at GTC raises a really interesting narrative that I've said before and other analysts are bringing up in the wake of the event. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, we've seen this yesterday. This was the stock price. It started out falling. I remember I was sitting across the table on campus from a friend of mine who was already looking at the price and was really nervous and anxious about what it was going to do throughout the day. And that's when we discovered that NVIDIA's GTC event was happening that morning. I didn't realize it was a thing until that morning, and he hopped on as soon as it started, and we can see what happened. It fell through most of the morning, and then it kind of jumped back up as Jensen Huang released some of the things that they brought up. I know I was really excited about the compute upgrades that they were talking about with Blackwell, and it ended down a couple of percent. If we hop over here to Market Watch, they tell us right away that it ended 3% off, and it rose today, and we can see that as well, that it rose up the day before dropping off again. Now, what happened? I thought, and I'm sure some of you were thinking as well, wasn't this supposed to be the big event for NVIDIA? This was supposed to be the moment where they released some kind of pie-in-the-sky solution to a lot that honestly brought revenue to the company. And that's actually what I'm getting to right here. If we go back and we look at this Market Watch upgrade again, I wanted to just read a little excerpt from it. And this is from Teresa Poletti. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correctly. But she highlighted, or they highlighted, something that I think is worth talking about. And it's down here in this section right here. So NVIDIA clearly has a lot in its arsenal, as evidenced by the detailed roadmap of future product offerings and the vision to participate in even more industries like robotics and autonomous driving. I was floored. I was listening to a recap of it today because I didn't listen to it as it was happening live. And the comments about working with autonomous driving and building robots, and again, the data center and computing power that they were talking about really caught my attention. But there were perhaps two things to nag at in Huang's speech. One is that many of the big opportunities ahead of NVIDIA won't translate into major revenue streams anytime soon. Another is that the keynote went largely as expected. The things Huang said had already been said, according to Maribel Lopez, a tech industry analyst and founder of Lopez Research. Plus, there was a hope that GTC would bring a magic rabbit pulled out of the hat in the form of a new revenue stream, she told MarketWatch. Instead, Huang mentioned areas like robotics and quantum computing that will take time to deliver payoffs. This is what I've said for weeks now. And I've mentioned a couple of other posts on LinkedIn and Substack. Some of you have probably seen them. AI is just not producing money. If we go back and we look at, in fact, I'm going to head over to it right now to show you exactly what I mean. If we head and we look back at some of the other comments that have been made recently around AI, we see the same thing being said over and over and over again, which is we have this list of potential things that will happen that have yet to happen. Here we go. This is what I wanted to bring up. OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, expects about $5 billion in losses on $3.7 billion in revenue this year, CNBC has confirmed. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Here. I guess I didn't have it shown, but now I have it shown here. This is exactly what I'm talking about, where AI is just not producing the profits that we expected. I know for me, when I first started using it back in 2023, a friend of mine was telling me, oh, this is going to change the world of work. He went into AI. He's actually Skylar Siegmiller of Neuronomics on Substack, if you follow him. he was the one I was talking to, and he was super excited. He was using AI for everything. I had friends in some of my classes talking about how AI was going to take our jobs in finance because it was just better at doing analytics than we were. And that just didn't happen. And I'm still very bearish. Sorry, bullish, not bearish, on AI. I'm bearish right now, but I'm bullish on its future. AI is a powerful tool, but it's a tool. It's not something that's going to magically change the world of work like we were promised. And frankly, I see NVIDIA's sudden drop as exactly that. Not sudden drop. If we take a look out and we move out further onto the graphs here, we see more and more red bars as it continues to fall. And, it does this kind of up and down movement. That's to be expected from NVIDIA, but it's continuing to fall. And it's, again, because after DeepSeek, we realized two things. One, that despite all the hype, we could do AI for cheaper. And despite all the hype, none of the profits that we've been promised are starting to appear. What is this now? 2 years on. Hey, Sammy. I'm dog sitting today, so it's a little bit bizarre, but that was what I wanted to say today. We really shouldn't be surprised, in my opinion, that GTC didn't move investors. Because from the pieces that I heard about, we're all far off promises, but nothing serious and tangible yet. Now, we'll see where this goes in the future. I think NVIDIA has a lot of promise, especially with what they talked about. If they can pull it off, it's going to be powerful growth and powerful innovations coming for the company. But as of right now, I'm not impressed, and investors weren't either. So we'll see where this goes next week. If you enjoyed this little video snippet, then please comment in the section wherever you saw this video. This is very off the cuff, but it's something I wanted to do in person and share my thoughts instead of writing it all down. Whether it's on Substack, LinkedIn, or YouTube, let me know what you thought about GTC. Did you watch it? Are you looking forward to what's coming out with NVIDIA? Are you excited about the innovations they brought up? Where do you think it's going to go? Let me know in the comments. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your week.